Hello, hello, everyone. Good evening to you all. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dolly Agoradeniyi, Reverend Dolly, and this is the Wise Builders and My Godly Spouse. In a minute, we are going to start into our program for today. So we're running the Wise Builders first, and then we will go into the matchmaking. So I'll be streaming the two. Just pardon me whilst I share on some of my pages as I've started. Thank you. Bless you. You're welcome. Let's just wait a minute or so for other people that are joining us. Let's just wait. I'm happy to see you, and I hope you're happy to see me as well. Bless you. Bless God. Good evening, everyone. You're welcome. This is the Wise Builders, and my name is Reverend Dolapo Agoradeniyi. Tonight we'll be talking, and we've kind of adapted the way I run the show a bit, and over to the Instagram family. I don't like bringing them up so soon, so that because they don't go outside of an hour, but we have to start now. Good evening. I have a live scenario actually tonight that I want us to discuss about. Good evening, everyone. Can see you. Bless you, ma. So I have a live scenario that I want us to talk about tonight. And after that, I'll go into the Wise Builders, the My Godly Spouse traits, because we have a couple of singles. And I just feel I've not been fair on my singles. And I have loads of them every day coming in. And I just feel, I think I have to give them some time. So I don't want to cheat them. The families and those married, they've had so much of me. As in, on this platform, most of my talk goes on family life, and now we can build a very strong family life. But one of the things I realize is our singles are lacking, or they are lacking, or they don't have enough support. And we have huge number of singles within the Christendom. It's increasing, and we can't blame that. Marriages are not working, issues are happening. A lot of people are finding it difficult to get married. Like I said, the ratio is is huge. It's between 1 to 3, like I always say. So, but let's go straight to the Wise Builders tonight. We're talking about a life scenario. I honestly and candidly need your advice. Let's do this together. Hello, Instagram. Hello, everyone, and hello to you on YouTube as well. So I have a 57 years old mother of a 2 grown up. Sorry, I'm reading my singles list. Beg your pardon. My life scenario. Yeah, this lady, she was caught cheating on her husband in their matrimonial home. He's an absentee husband. The sister-in-law caught her in the act. The husband is threatening divorce. Her excuse, obviously everyone that does anything have their excuse. Her excuse was financial difficulties and loneliness. Can we blame her? Join us tonight to discuss this, and that's where we are now. So I have a live scenario. Please, what do you think? This woman, she's married happily. Anyway, she's married. Let me say in the context of what I know. She's married and she was caught in the act. She was caught cheating on her husband in their matrimonial home. So it's not that there was a rumor. She was caught in the act. The man is an absentee husband. I will explain what I mean by that and the circumstance. The sister-in-law caught her in the act. So the husband's sister walked in on them. Unfortunately, she thought she doesn't live with them, but they live in the same kind of borough. So for some reason or the other, she went there to check on some things. And unfortunately, she was in the area and she just saw neighborhood and just thought, let me just check just in case I don't want to. And, sometimes you're just like, I don't want them to know I came around and I didn't check on them. So unfortunately for her, she walked into the act and she caught the woman and the um, partner or or a male partner, anyway, that's what we'll call it, in the act. So she couldn't keep it. The lady tried to beg her and to ask that they keep it in confidence, but unfortunately, she couldn't keep it. And then she told the husband. Now the husband is threatening and insisting on he's going to divorce her. So when asked, she said her excuse was financial difficulties and loneliness. So the question tonight is, can we blame her? And then to discuss about this, and she's obviously, there's some situation you get to that you just have to accept any outcome of it. She's prayed, she's begged, she's done everything, and I'm in the middle of still trying my best to speak to the man. But what we want now is to advise, and I hope the man will listen to this and will read some of the comments to see. So what's your impression? What's your advice regarding this? It's adultery, the case of adultery. Most adultery cases are difficult. There's some things with adultery, it comes with unforgiveness. It just comes with unforgiveness, especially when it's the woman that is caught. Sometimes when I'm not speaking as a feminist, but that is the way it is. You see, there are some things that even dignity suggests that, when you hear it, you're like, oh, but I've come to is a place in my life that sometimes it's difficult to judge. If you don't, I've spoken to her, and one of the things she said is it's because of loneliness and financial difficulties. So when we say the man is absentee husband, the man they're married, but most of the time is not available. Is one of those that's always saying, thank you, sir. Thank you for that comment. Thank you, Mr. Lawrence TK. So it's one of those that always says, gives impression and or excuse that is busy, he's not around, he's traveling. Contractors, our men, when you are doing constructing now and all you do is, avenue to leave home. That's why absentee, the woman says sometimes 5 times in a, he literally goes away Monday to Friday. And comes on weekend. Even some weekend, you only stay a day. So she said what's led her or pushed her into it. Obviously, that thing has been going on. They've been enjoying it for so long. I think it's gone on for over a year, according to her. And she was open about it. She didn't lie about it. So it's gone on for over a year. And both of them were enjoying it until the D-Day. And that's why they said, stoning waters is good. One day, the owner will catch you. Things like this, one day, now, the day came now. She was caught in the act. The man is angry. There's something, please drop your comment. What do you think about it? What's your advice for the woman? What do you think went wrong? Can somebody genuinely say she cheated or she committed adultery because of loneliness or because of financial difficulties? What are your thoughts before I advise? Or remember, this is not going to go too long. After 30 minutes, I'm going to switch over to my godly spouse because I have lists and some are still coming in. Let me check. I have list of my singles online. There has to be an end to we can't. Everything is in the hand of God. But what I'm just trying to say is, okay, right? About 4 came in. I have a lot of them. About 4 just came in now. So as I'm speaking, I'm waiting for you. Please, I'm copying them, and you can see I'm doing my work. Keep going, because some people. I have somebody working on these cases now. So sometimes you can't handle everything if you want it to be effective. So they were compiling it before I came. That's one of the reasons why we came a bit late. Apologies. So please, what do you think about this? Our case scenario. What's to be done? What do we need? And is it tenable? Is it advisable? Can we say you genuinely cheated? What do we think? Please, let's feel free. Some of us were out there. Please, aunties, uncles, we're not judging, we're advising. Usually when they give me consent to to discuss it. They want advice. And one of the things this teaches us is other people are going to learn from it. So what do you think from this life scenario? Maybe if you have not heard it again, I'll read it again. She was caught cheating on her hubby in their matrimonial home. He's an absentee husband. That is, he travels a lot, Monday to 5, those that works off station. He works, he's so busy. The sister-in-law caught her in the act. The hubby is threatening divorce, and her excuse is financial difficulties and loneliness. So can we blame her for cheating on her husband? And then if we are blaming her, what's our advice? Please, our sisters, our brothers, our mommies, our daddies, please go on. So please, what do we think? What do we think? I'm busy compiling my, I think at some point. Anyway, we're going to be going into several dimensions. I won't let you know, because my singles must marry. Keep going, keep going. What do we think? What do we think about this life scenario? Who is at fault? Is it the absentee husband? And what advice? Good evening, ma. Good evening, ma. What advice are we? Good evening, ma. God bless you, Mommy Folashade. JP, my JP. One day, too, me, I'll go to Jerusalem. Amen. God bless you, ma. So, please, what do we think? What do we think in this regard? Who is at fault? Can we really realistically blame our husband? Hello, I'm back on. Hi, sorry everyone. My laptop, if you're still there, I can see I'm still live. My laptop went completely off. It just went into, I don't know what happened, I think into some kind of problem, and then it went off. So sorry, I can see we're still back on. The good thing is it's still continuing. So apologies, I'm just bringing Instagram back on. I had to cancel them if I knew that was still on. Right. So, yeah, thank you, Mommy Folashade, that the woman is completely wrong. Yeah, we know, but do you? I know I'm not making an excuse for her because you say Pastor Diaz has started again. You know, we're not making excuses for her, but literally, like you said, what she did is wrong. But can we blame her? What if have we ever thought of the situation whereby, because most of the time we blame what she's done, nobody can gainsay that or kind of minimize that. It's wrong, it's capital wrong. But possibly genuinely, some people cannot cope. What I felt went wrong was the fact that, and please, this will be a lesson for some of our husbands. Don't It looks like the man wasn't cheating, or maybe we've not caught him cheating. But this woman said he wasn't giving her money. He works, a husband that goes away and works 9 to 5 or whatever days he works, and he comes back and hardly gives money. You are not funding your wedding financially. You are not funding it romantically. You are not tending your garden. You see, women, sometimes it's difficult. We know what happened to Eve in the Garden of Eden. When you leave your wife unattended to, I'm not giving excuse for her doing this, but I always want to deep dig and try to find out. Sometimes put myself in her shoes. If I'm in her shoes, honestly, I would have caught the crap and sit you down and we'll talk it face to face. But some women hide their feelings, and this will be good for us to understand that women, let's not hide our feelings, please. Let's not hide our feelings. The few things were wrong there, from the sister-in-law to there's so many issues. Maybe I should start pinpointing the issues. The first one is the fact that the man is an absentee husband. So when you are not there, more or less, you are not married. Marriage has to be consummated. I've not spoken to the man, so I'm basing my judgment on what the woman is saying, but we will try and see what can be done. But the most important thing is you cannot leave your marriage unattended. She says he's an absentee husband, that is never there. We know some women, that's what is called married but living single. Some women are single. So sometimes when these women misbehave, can we blame them? I'm not giving an excuse or occasion for sinning at this time or supporting her. I'm not the one caught in the act. But the way God looks at things, he judges the act. It doesn't take, if you remember the case of the adulterous woman, for Christ to have it to forgive, because he knows that something led her into it, and 2 people were involved in that adultery. But we are only labeling one. Now, because she was caught in the act, who knows what this man is doing? But because the man was not caught in the act, nobody is blaming him. Now he's claiming to be the over righteous one. If you're a good man, and if you, please drop your comments. I totally agree with you, ma. What she's done is completely wrong. But let's not take hindsight. Let's just look at it from another perspective. If he's an absentee husband, he's never there for his wife, he doesn't provide for her financially, he doesn't kind of consummate the marriage. She said he doesn't touch her. This issue of not touching keeps coming up in our marriages. Please, men, attend to this. And women, please try and discuss it. Because one of the things I said is, have you tried to discuss it? Shame. It shoves her aside. And 2, churchy. She doesn't want to be seen that she's demanding sex. So who are we deceiving? You are trying to be churchy to say you're okay, you're decent, but you're cheating. You're sleeping with another man. So now that man gained advantage, took advantage. So you see, the walls, I'll see there's a crack. When cracks are in marriages, I say it, I find it difficult to blame one person. And I'll blame the man. If this story is true, I will blame the man more than the woman. The responsibility of keeping a home is in the hand of the man. That's why he's the head. He is the head of the home. The woman is wrong. God will punish her. She's done absolutely. It's unheard of. It's something we hear about it. Anyways, things happen. But what we are trying to say is unspeakable. It's wrong, you know. But what we're saying is a man that you have left your children, your wife. You go on. What work are you doing that you not provide for your wife? She says he doesn't give her money for her hair, she doesn't. Doctor, I was like, is it that you are trying to buy expensive things like a weave on? She said no, to upkeep. He said most of the time he's always saying there's pressure from back home, there's reason to send money home, and a woman fend for yourself. So obviously loneliness, and a man was just there that enticed her. There's a lot of men. You see, one of the things I even had in UK now, I don't know whether you've heard about it. Men are interested in sleeping with married women. I don't know who has caused or who has bewitched them. I don't know what is wrong or is going on in this generation. That is the internet here now. People want to sleep. So take care of your wife. Don't give up. It's there in the Bible. When the Bible says Adam didn't neglect the wife, but he was away at that time. So naturally, women were emotional kind of people or person. We want somebody to talk to. So a man was speaking to me during this week and was talking about his spouse that she called me. I said, listen to me. You're lucky that she called me and she didn't call a friend that advised her otherwise. Women, we find it difficult sometimes to keep to our emotions. We want to share our burden. We want to speak to somebody. So if you are a man and you are absentee, it's completely wrong. A man's duty, you must be present. I'm not saying you shouldn't go away to work, but the weekend that you come back, make sure you attend to our sexual need, our financial need. Find time. If you have gone Monday to Friday and Saturday, all you come to do at home is sleep and watch football, you are not a husband. Being a husband is not just physical presence. You kill a woman more when a man is in the house and is not touching her. I'm not talking about sex now. There may be a reason or things going on in your mind that you cannot maybe make love to your wife, but let her know. Speak to her. Commune with her. When you come home, refresh, talk to her. Listen, out of 7 days, you are there 2 days. Even the whole of the 2 days, you are not there because by Sunday evening, you are going back to your so-called station. I found out that all these men that is always speaking job, there's job in their borrow. All of them, they are adulterers. They're looking, most of them, God forgive, most of you, look for a job. You are looking for occasion to run away and be doing things. So you are leaving this a vulnerable woman. So if you're back home, so if you look at this now, the major issue, the man is absentee, is wrong. He's tempted that he's made her vulnerable. If he's there, though, we have seen cases where a man will be there and they will be happily married, or one of them will still be cheating. Those have issues. But what we're trying to say is once you leave a woman, peradventure she's a woman that when you married her, she had a high sexual drive. Maybe it's a woman that that within a week or two, she calls for sex. I've said all these things before on this platform. So when you leave such woman by herself, you go Monday to Friday, then the Saturday that you come, you are busy, you say you are tired, you've traveled all day, you watch movie and football and you sleep and she will cook for you. To give her money, you will not give her money. You ask her, is she not working? And she said what she's earning, she's working part-time because of the children. So what she's earning is not enough. It doesn't give her money. All he's saying is doing project at all. What project are we doing? Your wife and your children are your immediate project. The Bible says if a man cannot take care of his household, he's worse than an infidel, an unbeliever. So what are we talking about? It's an absentee husband. So the sister-in-law in the second instance caught her in the act. Can we blame her for reporting? She was angry because she begged. Such are difficult things, in all fairness. You catch your sister-in-law in the act. You'll be a pastor. You'll be strong-minded not to reveal the secret. You'll be looking at her now. You'll be thinking, "Hey, my husband, my brother's life." Because you fear for. So, in all fairness, I do not blame her. What I know has gone wrong completely is even if the husband forgives, I'm sure one of the reasons why the man is calling for divorces, the whole family knows about it now. It's a shame. You see, peradventure, if the man had walked into the act himself, maybe the woman begging and things like that, could have forgiven her. But this situation, he couldn't. So now he's blowing the trumpet now that he wants to, because the sister-in-law had already spoken. So sometimes, I've said this again, but I'll reiterate it. Please, issues like this, let's try and deal with it within ourselves. When it goes to mother-in-laws and father-in-laws and sister-in-laws, it doesn't finish. Even when the husband, I'm sure that's the case. I've not, like I said, I've not spoken to the man. Even when please drop your comment, because very soon I'm switching over to my singles. Switching over to my singles, so if you want to comment, don't leave it to the last minute and comments coming in. I will not be able to take it. Yeah, thank you, ma. Yeah. So what we're trying to say is, to be honest, we ask the man to, will have something to say. Thank you. That's what I'm saying, Mommy Ogundeji. If we ask the woman, the man too, he will have something to say. So that's the case in life. But what I'm trying to say is, blaming her, I blamed her because as a child of God, and I told her completely, there's no excuse. There's no excuse that you're lonely. Occupy your mind, occupy yourself. But I know we're different, and people's stage or growth in the Lord differs. But what we're trying to say is, the man threatening divorce, if divorce is a very complicated thing, it's easy for us to say the man should forgive her. And that's why I told her, if he's not going to forgive you, there's no point. Then he should go for the divorce. I'm telling you, it's as bad as that. Divorce is wrong. Lord God hates it. But being in a marriage that is not hell is worse. Because the man, according to her, I said is a no-no, that he will not be able to climb on her again. Remember the man. So I feel I will try everything that the Lord has given me to counsel the man, to speak to them by the grace of God, if I have time coming weeks to try and go into their case. But what we are trying to say is, the man is threatening that he's had enough. The families are involved. So even if I speak to him, the in-laws are there to say, who is taking this one? We don't want her in this home again. She has to go. So this will be a lesson for the man. For our men out there, please listen. If you are watching this by any means, please take care of your women. Don't neglect them. It's not an excuse, but usually I found out that most adultery cases are when the women are neglected. This woman is not there, and men, who knows this man? I forgot to even ask where she met this man. I'm sure it could be at work or somewhere. It could be a neighbor that knows and took advantage of her vulnerability or her loneliness, and they will start talking. One thing will lead to the other. But if a man is there, a woman that will cheat, because if your husband goes to work nights and if you're, but I feel in this case, because every case differs, and we have to deal with each according on the merit of every case. So, but on this note, I would say what I feel on this regard is, the woman is completely wrong and the man too is wrong. So they have 50-50. The man neglected his property. He was not having sex with her. He was not taking care of her. He was not giving her money. He was not being there for her. So devil took advantage in the form of this man. So if the man realized that he was wrong, if truly you're a man and you are the one that gave occasion for sin, I think you should forgive. You should forgive. Let's remember that God forgives us as well. So loneliness is bad. I say loneliness is bad. You see, that your husband is not giving you enough money is completely rubbish. It's completely rubbish, but because you have hands, you can walk. You don't demand, and that's one of the things. You don't go into marriage because your man will be your rest. If it's not, you see, learn to be a woman. There's a virtuous woman, Proverbs 31. You should not rely. If your husband has to, he should be the breadwinner. But if he doesn't, you have hands. That's why you're his helpmate. Buckle up. You're working part-time, work full-time. What shame is this that you are sleeping with a man because of money? Your children are still young now. Can you imagine in future? They hear that women nowadays, we lack moral, we lack shame. That in future they will say that your children, your child will ask you, why did dad leave you? They say they caught a man. And can you imagine, despicable on your matrimonial home? Is that thing doing you so much and eating you that you can't even go somewhere? So they've been eating it and enjoying this rubbish together. to the extent that, because the man is always away. So his house now became a football team for this rubbish that they are doing. So what we are trying to say is, as much as we can't blame her alone, both of them has to, they have to take on the blame. Both of them has to share it. So that's my own take on this. And there's a scripture that that came to my mind just as I was about to. I want to read it out for us. It's in Proverbs. It's the story of. It's a very good scripture. That's things like this. When I hear it, I was like, I pray against poverty. Proverbs 37-9. King David said something. Proverbs 37-9. He said, I ask two things from you, Lord. Sorry, Solomon. I ask two things from you, Lord. Don't refuse me before I die. Keep me from lying and being dishonest. And don't make me either rich or poor. Just give me enough food for each day. If I have too much, I may neglect you and say, I don't know the Lord. If I am poor, I may steal and disgrace the name of God. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That scripture is talking to us about the difficulties sometimes when we are poor. I'll read it to us again. So when I see things like this, could it be poverty? Poverty is wrong. Somebody said sometime, and I thought about it, said poverty is a sin. It is a sin. It's not good, not sin before God, but I'm just trying to say, because it's bad, it brings a lot of sin. So let's be hardworking. Let men take care. It's your responsibility to take care of your wife. Don't neglect her. Don't use money to punish your wife. Don't use sex to punish her. I know that happens so much. Use any other thing. Whatever is going on, please. That's what led this woman. If truly the man has neglected her sexually and at the same time has neglected her financially, what are you there for? You're just a figurehead husband, absentee husband, and that shouldn't be our portion. So the scripture says, I ask two things from you, Lord. Don't refuse me before I die. And I pray for you as you're listening to me, that the Lord will not make you poverty-stricken. He said, keep me from lying and being dishonest. You see, dishonesty and lying, situation that will make us dishonest and lying, the Lord will take it from us. The things that will not make us, they say, that will make us throw caution to the wind. And don't make me either rich or poor. That is richness. Too much of riches causes trouble. Being poor causes trouble. She is giving an excuse for being poor now. He said, just give me enough food for each day. If I have too much, I might reject you, when you're too rich and everything is working on, you just think God doesn't matter in your life, And if I am poor, I may steal and disgrace the name of God. This one, what she has done is more than stealing. What she has done is more than stealing. A married woman caught in the act of adultery in a matrimonial home, a so-called Christian. How would you even go? She stopped going to church now. The news will spread fast, So why don't we think about these things? You see, adultery, sexual sin, I'll say it again, comes from here. When I say it, people think I'm just being over-righteous. It's not being over-righteous. Sexual sin, that's why Jesus was saying that if a man looks at a woman lustfully, is here, high here. It's your thoughts. So this thing, please, women, maybe have a godly confidence. Just bounce it with somebody. I know it's shameful. Most of us will just throw caution. That's what loneliness causes. It gets to a stage, I'm sure she just damn consequence. Look at it now. You've damn consequence. You ruin your home. Obviously, the lives of your children are in the hand of God. But what heritage are you giving them? People know your story now. Your in-laws are insisting they can't, because where I come from in Africa, they say when you engage in such, you can kill your husband. To be honest with you, you can kill your husband. You're not even doing your own adultery outside. You are now bringing it inside the house. Is the place scratching you so much that you've now thrown caution to do? What if neighbors, but they are doing it during the day, And I'm sure it's God that really want to rescue this woman's soul that made the sister-in-law to come, because she could have continued for God knows how long. So please, my darling, as I'm rounding up on the wise builders, I'm going straight on. Stay tuned. I'm just switching screen. It's just the same spot. We are going to talk about our singles, and I'll be reading out the names of all, not names, the profiles of all the singles that I have at the moment. So I'll be reading out the names. I'm on the Wise Builder. Shall be reading out the profiles of all my singles now. So as you're calling me, please send me your profile on my WhatsApp. Thank you. So I'll be reading it out now, and then after this, a single that just called me. After this, I will now post it, but it's profiles. So to contact them, it will be me. So by and large, as we round up, nobody's commenting, but I've more or less said it all. There's no point in kind of dragging it unnecessarily. I love what Madame Folashade said. It is absolutely wrong. It's unheard of. But the blame is not for this woman alone. I stand on that. And I'm sure if God, because God is a righteous judge, is Jehovah Sephat. He weighs balance. If genuinely it's because of loneliness and because he's not taking care of her, the man is as much, to be blamed as her. So both of them are failed in this relationship. She failed herself as a wife. She failed. She's disgraceful. She failed her children. She failed her family. She failed her. She failed. I can't recount enough. For sharing, your body belongs to your husband once you're married. For sharing your body, and not even sharing your body, that is adultery. You now even have the guts to bring a stranger into your home. You are despicable. In fact, she needs counsel, a lot of counseling. I've started on her, but it's the man. But the man, as mad as you are, I want you to have a rethink. You as much as to blame because you neglected your wife. So men, as you're listening to me, take care of your wives. You married her, not as a furniture. Don't use a woman as a furniture. If you use her as a furniture to beautify your home, this is what you get. Because some men will just go and they are watching you. And nowadays, like I said before this went off, there was a bit, if you're watching, there was a bit in the video that was a little bit of my system ran into problems, so he was rebooting. But what I'm trying to say is there's this thing in UK now that married men, I pray for you that the Lord will forgive your life. What they are doing now is they are taking pride in sleeping with other married women. A reliable source told me, I pity your life. You see, when things happen to you, don't blame anybody. Don't blame witches. That is absolutely wrong. Enticing innocent, but I can't call them innocent as well because they put you where you are as a wife, So, and why? Stop being greedy, because what you are saying that you needed money is not giving money, we'll still get into that. Be content. If he's not giving money, work hard. So what if you don't have a husband? Will you be sleeping around? That's what I want to. If you're a divorcee or you're a widow, are you going to be sleeping around because you want money? So I get angry when I hear women. I know the initial stage can be difficult when I hear people say they cheated, that they're sleeping around because of money. You can clean. You can do a lot of things. Just to work hard and sustain your family, and the Lord will bless you, and your children will be great. Than giving occasion and say, because you're man. Yeah, if you're talking about loneliness is wrong, even that the Lord will help us. There are ways of engagement, but let's say your strength failed you in that, but your strength failed you, and then your strength failed you in bringing him home. Those does not, I think you just like this thing, you like it very much, and then it cut into your head, and then you it's a point of no return. But like I said, I don't blame you. I just pray that the Lord will restore peace on this home. So as I round up this, please, men, take care of your wives. Women, before you go into all these dirty acts, you see, you will get caught. I'm telling you, it can go for as long as you want. You will get caught, and the disgrace for yourself, for your children, it's not worth it. And let me tell you something, the man now that you committed adultery with, he won't marry you. I can bet it with you, will drop you. So think twice. Women, take care of your home. I said to somebody before I came on, okay, there's a comment, a lesson for all women in such relationship. She has now played into the man's hand as the adulteress. She could have asked for a divorce when such neglect is being handed down. Not all women can hold their bodies. May God deliver her. Thank you very much. That's a that is spot on comment, ma. It's not all women that can hold loneliness, and that is it. You could have opted out of it and marry. I'm sure now this man that you were caught with, I can bet it with you that he will not marry you. No responsible man will come and be sleeping with you. He's a gigolo. It's only gigolo that will come. I'm not talking of single men and single women. A gigolo that will come and be married, having sex with you in your husband's house. It's unheard of. So he is just using you. So you're just making yours. And I say to women, look at yourself. Look at your body. Please give yourself some respect. Respect that body. Respect your children. Your mom is something. Respect that, even if you are not respecting that man. And that advice is spot on. Thank you, ma. God bless you, ma. The best thing could have been for you, ask for divorce. I think that settles it as we round up. Just ask for divorce. Leave the man. Go. Let him go. Then you have point. Then you can marry. You can marry this man. But a man that is coming to sleep with you, he doesn't want you. He's just using you. So the woman is both wrong. The man is wrong. But at the end of the day, she's an adulterer now. He's giving yourself a name. The Lord will have mercy upon us in Jesus' name. So that is what that's all that we are talking about for the wise builder. So now we switched over to my godly spouse. You're welcome, every one of us that are here for my godly spouse. My godly spouse basically is a platform for singles in UK that's not been married and are seeking godly spouses to marry. So I have a couple of them coming in now. Some of them sent their profile, and I'm going to read it out one by one. If you have any singles that you want to be matchmake, please contact me, inbox me. Don't go and write it on my page. And if you write it on my page, that is it. So make sure. Sorry, I'm copying somebody that just inboxed me now. So the person was trying to call me for my attention there. So I'll read it out. So we're back to my godly spouse. If you know any singles that are singles, people that want to get married, serious people that are working, they are not lazy. You see, I want people, I don't want lazy bones, Oh, there was if I discussed divorce with the man, maybe it would wake the man up. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah. So what we are trying to say now, like I said, I've switched over to, I was going to give my godly spouse a whole day on its own, but I'm struggling to commit 2 days to these networks, So I've just decided I'll match the two together, do one however long it takes, and switch on. And at the end of the day, I don't want it to be more than an hour plus. So thank you so much for every one of you that have joined us. Now, what we are trying to do is we are in my godly spouse. So like I explained to you, why is it necessary for singles to be married? We've just seen it. If you're listening to the beginning of don't deceive yourself that you don't need a man. We all need men. We all need women. The way God wired a man and woman, that's why I said it. It's not good for a man to be alone. God knows that it's not good. You will cheat. You will mess. You mentally, you will not be complete. Physically, you will not be. Two is better than one. It's not good. I can go on and rant on about several reasons. God himself that created man looked at him and said, it's not good. Get him a wife. And same thing is not good. He created them both male and female. So when you say it's not good for a man to be alone, it's not good for a woman to be alone as well. So what of this problem with us, and I'll speak about it in a minute or two, is the fact that we are hiding under stigma. See, the world has moved on. Let's stop deceiving ourselves as Christians. You don't have to go for matchmaking, but if you are single, it's not a sin to be single. And that is the problem. We are single, we are doing things in the corner, and we are allowing men and women to take advantage of us because we don't want to be labeled. And this man knows that we don't want to be labeled, and they come and creep in. One of the things I say is any man that forced or woman that wants a relationship with you and say, let's be eating it slowly, you see, is a gigolo. he cannot marry you, or he doesn't have good intention. Any responsible man, there's something called accountability. Any responsible man or responsible woman will want to go through the ordeal. You are not cheap. You must be labor. You must be, a man that was preparing for a woman at some point has told me, oh, last week, oh, I have some issues, give me a number first now that we should start talking. I said, no, it doesn't work that way. I don't have cheap women. Go and sort out yourself. We are not in a hurry. Sort out yourself. It's high time. We are single, but we are mature single or even early single, but very, very responsible. So you see a man that's coming and say, if for spiritual reason, he's saying, okay, I don't like us screaming about it. That's different. But I must know your parents. I must know your pastor. But let's be talking, I must know people that knows you. You can't be coming into me and eating my food. Please, singles, don't cook for any man that's not your husband. Don't cook. You should go out. When you are established where there's difference between dating and courtship. When you are in courtship and you decide that you want to marry him, yes, you can cook for him in as much as he can cook for you. But dating is dating you. He just knows you. I said that I want to come to your house and I don't like restaurant. It's a lie. He doesn't want to spend money. He doesn't have money. So make them pay for you. It's biblical. Let them labor for you. Because if he doesn't treasure you now, he won't treasure you after he slept with you. The treasure he gives you now will continue after. Because if he labors for you, don't play hard to get. I think I have to start demonstrating it. There's a difference between playing hard to get and making yourself available or conspicuous. Positioning yourself. When we're single then in those days, in my church before I got married, we're taught to strategically position yourself. You don't have to flaunt yourself. On this platform now, what you're doing, you're positioning yourself. We are going to grow it. The reason why I'm not doing a WhatsApp, I started it years ago. WhatsApp group is lazy mongers are there. They take your number and start sending you love messages. I don't have people that are not decent. So I decided, no, I hide the identity of my singles until I call it time to exchange last minute. You will see the picture, you will see the first name or a second name, but you will not see if I'm Dolakbo or Bingpe, you will see Bingpe. And picture, you can't search picture anywhere. Carry it anywhere, that's your own problem. But because I don't want you to start going to their inbox. You see, they're hungry and they're lazy on Facebook. Hey, pretty girl, I see you, I like you. It's a lie. If you want to, come through the door. There are other avenues. I'm not saying this is the only avenue. But as many people, you will pay for me to vet you. Listen, you will pay the agency. I have a staff that's working. I'll pay for her. I'll pay her. We will vet you. We'll find out about you. Go and pray. Do whatever you want to do. We're not in a hurry. Same thing for the men. Let's start putting some decorum into these things. But that you cannot go online dating. Who says? The world has moved. Online is market. Now, are we not using Zoom? Are you not watching me online? What I'm doing service. I preach online. Before, years ago, tell us to preach online, we'll be thinking, no, everybody's online now. It's a marketplace. It's a singles network. This is a singles network. You are making yourself conspicuous. The world is large. Billions of people all over the world. Your bond can be in America. My bond can be in USA. It can be in UK. It can be in Nigeria. It can be anywhere. Make yourself available. Stop being myopic and saying another thing that say because you're a divorcee. Listen, that I think I'll treat that because I want to go straight into my list now. I'll treat that next week. I pray I remember to talk about the reason why divorcees ask to remarry. So tonight now I'm going to start the reason. So conspicuous. So if you know any single, please, what I'll do is I'll read out the profiles. I've edited all the names. I have their names and I have their contacts. So I've edited all their names. I'll read their profiles to you. If you know any single guy or any single woman that falls into this category, inbox me, please. Don't go and start writing on my video here. Inbox means on Messenger. It is me and you, and it is confidential. It's only my staff is a female staff, and she's a Christian working for me, that will do the vetting with me. I do most of the vetting myself. I do most of it, because we will find out. It's high time we stop this fraud. People having one wife in Birmingham and marrying you in Doncaster, because they think we are Christian and we're stupid and you're desperate. We are not desperate. We're single, and it's not a sin to be single. It's something of pride. It's not a sin. If you choose not to marry, it's not a sin. But if you want to marry, don't let anybody use any philosophy for you. That, you see, I had a story of oh, thank you very much. I'm going to put this. God bless you, woman of God. Thank you, Mommy Radiant B. Ruth positioned herself as advised by her mother-in-law. Thank you. Thank you so much. Do you know what story the man of God told me about a particular woman of God? She's a divorcee, and then she belongs to a church, and the church forbids remarriage. They forbid. So once you are divorced and your husband is still alive until he dies, so this woman cannot, she's lonely, she can't. So she entered into a relationship with a man, and she was telling this man, he was a supposed man of God, before the man ran, that, you know what, as long as my husband is still alive, my ex, I can't remarry. Please pray. Let's go to any, pray that the man dies. Who are we deceiving? I was almost crying. This is a top level. This is religion. This is religion. Things like that gets on my nerves to the bone. I don't blame her, but I blame her for, you see, where religion can put us. We'll now start doing things because we don't want the world to label us, but God is looking at you. He sees us. So you don't want them to say you are. So she's not, according to the man and her, the man repented around it, they were sleeping, having sex with themselves. And he keeps saying to the man, I said, pray, let him die. Praying for somebody to die so that you can be free. What if he's praying for you to die? Can you imagine? Just leave him, wash your garment, ask for forgiveness from God. You're lonely. Cry to God. You're lonely. You're lonely. Lord, have mercy. If he can forgive the adulterous woman, if he can forgive the thief, he hates divorce. Divorce is not something that we should do. We should do everything to make our marriages work. But once you find yourself eventually divorced, please, if you need a new beginning, don't let anybody judge you. It's better to be married than to burn, or to be doing things to yourself. They call it masturbation. To be doing things to yourself. It's wrong. I saw a video of a woman, I almost cried. Somebody sent it to me, and she was using cucumber that we call in Nigeria cucumber. She was using it on herself. I said, what could have led this to? I felt, immediately I watched it, I told the lady that sent it. She was just a pastor, can you see what you're saying? I said, please delete it. What could have made a woman do this? Desperation, but we don't want to be seen to say that we are desperate. So please position yourself. So let me go to my list of guys tonight. So I have a 57-year-old mother of 2 grown up. She's in UK. A 57 mother to 2 grown-ups. So if you have anybody that is single, you can just type the profile. You don't write any name. You can just say a 20-year-old man in UK. So I'll see it. I'll announce it. They will take it from a 57-year-old mother of 2 grown-ups. She's a support worker. She said her faith is the center of her life. She likes cooking. She likes traveling. She's down to earth and single person. She lives in UK. So I have a 57-year-old woman that looks like, all these ones are professional, they are sound. And then we will not look for it. We are not taking a gigolo. Don't think because they are single. Someone said to me, is she not single? There was a man, was it last week? And I actually warned the man that sent his friend that referred him, because I had known that person and he's a man of God. I said, please, sir, I respect you. Don't send such to me, because it's the grace of God upon me that I did not say. You said you're a man of God and you send me message. I don't take money until I want to exchange. I won't, because I don't have time. And if you are not seeing somebody, that I won't take money. So you can't even give me pressure. You won't call me in the morning and call me in the night. when I'm ready, I see somebody that fits in, I try to match make you based on the profile. It's a 57-year-old. I'll give you between 55 and 60. Where modern day is good. It's okay if a woman is older than you a bit, but I won't give a 57-year-old woman a 40-year-old man and stuff like that. So we'll try to do that. A Christian, a worker, if you're a pastor, and I know somebody, and this man, after everything, said, oh, send me a number. He thinks they are lay about. Send me. I said, no, it doesn't work that way. I need to reference you, and you need to pay now. And say, don't worry, God will provide for me. I said, what a cheap man. Later, I found that it doesn't have status, it doesn't have work. So you are looking for soft landing. No, it's not a sin if you don't have a paper. No, with the women, don't mind. We don't have any problem. Nobody brought paper into the world. No, I don't have any problem with that. But what I have problem is you being a gigolo. You looking for a woman as a soft landing, or a woman looking for a man as a soft landing that you are not ready to work. You just think when you marry, your liability, you want to be a liability to a man? No. If it is cleaning, let us see you doing something. When we vet you, don't tell me I want to start business in December or January. I want to see you. Tell me your proposal. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing. Even if it's £5 an hour, the woman will be happy to support you. She will know you will not ruin her, and the man will be happy to support you. So this woman lives in UK. The second one is a 55-year-old divorcee. She has 3 children. Her last born is 20 years. She needs a child of God. I think she's a professional. She's a nurse. She needs a child of God, possibly a pastor, or because she has a ministry, evangelist or brother that's serious. So even if it's not a titled person in Christ, but somebody that is zealous of the Lord, has to be UK citizens. She specified. The first one doesn't mind somebody from anywhere. So this one has to be UK citizen, matured man, and loves neatness, having grown-up children. She doesn't want somebody that they will still take into. So 55 years. So if you know any man, she's professional, she's okay. Most of these women are homeowners, they're okay. They're either divorcee or widow. So she needs somebody, her children are grown. Her last one is 20 years. She has 3 children. They're okay. So they've taken care of their children. The children are getting out of home now. They're feeling lonely and they need a man. The third one is, I have a 54-year-old woman. She's a pastor in a church. She lives with her son. She's originally from Edo State. She resides in UK. So she's a pastor. She's 54 years old. She lives, she's from Edo State. She lives in UK. Now, an Ondo man, a 57-year-old Ondo man, is the father of 3 boys in UK. The children are 27, 21, and 16. He wants an Ondo lady. He wants an Ondo woman, preferably younger. So if you know any single mother between the ages of 40 and because he still wants a child. Why he wants a child? That's his own business. That's not for me. That's his requirement. So if not, I would have given him one of his women around that age, but he specified younger women between 40 and maybe 47 maximum because he wants a child. Now, there's a 57-year-old mother of 1 in USA. She's a 57-year-old woman. She's from, obviously, Ekiti, Nigeria. Very nice woman. She doesn't mind the man from anywhere. She's ready. She's settled in America. She has her status and everything, and she doesn't mind. So she wants a man to marry. Now, I have a 35-year-old single lady here. She's a mother of twins, and the twins are young. The twins are 7 to 8 years old, and she resides in UK. So I have a 35-year-old single lady. So please let me know if you know anybody. Drop anybody their profile if you know. I'll read it out. Somebody contact me. I'll let you know. So I have a 35-year-old single lady, and she's mother of 2 twins, and she resides in UK. Now I have another one. I think her DOB, her date of birth is 1983, I told her to write her age. Anyway, she's in Nigeria. 1983 makes it my help me somebody. My arithmetic is not very good. 83 minus that should be 27 in it. Yeah, thereabout. I think that's 27. So a 27 years old young lady. She's single. She has one daughter, 5 years old. She's from Osun State, Ijebu-Jesha in Nigeria, and she's a trader. She trades. She has a unique trade that she does in Nigeria. So a 27 years old mother of one in Nigeria, age 5. She's from Osun State. Now, there's a 56-year-old singer. She's never dated anyone or engaged with anyone. She's looking for a responsible man. They didn't indicate where she is, but I think this will be from in Nigeria. I'm not sure. So the profile is 56, one of those that just came in today. 56 years old singer. She's never dated or engaged with anyone, looking for a responsible man. I have a 50-year-old woman as well in Nigeria, doing very well, good job. So you know that with such is high profile. I won't say the job. She's a manager in top-notch company, high profile woman. So we will not settle for the golos. However, the Lord answered us. Our network will keep spreading it. We will not settle for the golo. Because we are single does not mean anybody will climb on their bed. No, it has to be properly done. You have to date her. You have to court her. You have to show responsibility that you are not a gold digger, and then we'll marry. Now, okay. So we'll keep going. So we have this 56-year-old singer and we have this 50-year-old woman. Now, there's a 43-years-old medical doctor. She's never married. She's looking for a good guy. She's in UK, 43-years-old medical doctor. A lady, she's never been married. She's looking for, so no children, single. She's not been married. She doesn't want, I think she doesn't mind a man with a child, but she doesn't want a 3-4-year-old. So she's never been married. She's been working, so busy, but she's ready to settle down. You know, sometimes it's difficult. I know how it feels when you're a professional, you go to school, you pay for yourself, and you've done yourself well. So she's ready to settle down now. Sometimes before you know it, the clock just keeps ticking, and before you know it, you're in your 40s. So a good looking single lady as well, age 28 and God-fearing. She's kind-hearted, intelligent, and thoughtful. Cares and treats family and friends with respect and dignity. Lover of creative processes and digital transformation. First of 2 children from her mother and hails from Ogun State in Nigeria. I'm reading the profile. All this came in whilst I was doing this, and so I've not really, that's it. She's in UK. So a good-looking single lady, 28 years. She's single. She doesn't want people with baggage, so she wants another single that's never been married. No, she wants to start, and I wouldn't say, or you never know, if we see a responsible man that's just got like one child, but a 28-year-old is still in prime, a 28-year-old is still in prime of her life, so she will not want baggages, except God says the man is her husband. And then there's a 30-year-old, but I'll try and connect. Actually, it's just coming to my heart now. There's a 30-year-old guy in UK that's never been married as well. That I know him very well. It's my son, spiritual son. So I'll try and see. But if there's anybody that's interested in a very God-fearing young guy, 30-year-old, give me a buzz. That's for me personally. So, okay, the woman. So the lady, 28 years old, she studied English language at the University of Lagos. Oh, sorry, she's not. I'll read it again. She's in, like I said, I've not edited that. It's just coming in. So a good-looking single lady, age 28 years old, God-fearing lady who is kind-hearted, intelligent, and thoughtful. Cares and treats family and friends with respect and dignity. Lover of creative processing and digital transformation. First of 2 children from her mother and hails from Ogun State, Nigeria. Studied English language at the University of Lagos and lives in the Lagos, Nigeria. Currently works at LG Electronics as a digital marketing professional. Height 5 inches and 8 foot. In fact, they gave it all. That's our words. It has nothing to do with me. Then we go on. I have a good looking single guy, age 29. So another 29-year-old man, God fearing, resourceful, understanding, intelligent, and sociable. All these profile are powerful. The first of 4 children of safe parents and hails from Ondo State, Nigeria. Had his first degree in political science from Afe Babalola University and currently studying for his master's in management at the University of, I won't say that, Hertfordshire, in case I've even said it before I knew it. University, they didn't edit it, they just sent it to me. Once I'm the one doing it, I edit some. I'll just say studied master's in university, but unfortunately they sent it themselves. We were asking for it since morning because they wanted to gather everything, so they just sent it to me as I've started. But anyways, I've edited his name. So it's a 29-year-old young man, but you want somebody in UK because he's going to be in UK for a while, but he has status. He's a student, he's studying masters in UK. His height is 5.9. So as we go on, we have another lady, 43 years, medical doctor. She's looking for a good guy to marry. Another 43 years old medical doctor looking for somebody to marry. Then there's a 58 years old woman in America. She's living in Houston, USA. She needs a man to marry. So those are the ones that's coming today. If you know anyone, I'm just trying to see if anybody came in whilst none again. So if you know anybody that is willing or that is single and is willing to get matchmaked, please, my contact, I don't know, I thought this should be streaming the contact. I don't know. Okay, I think I'll show that now. Oh, sorry, my IT guy didn't tell me that very well today. When you're not used to all this technology. So my name, my contact address, I should have been showing that since I've started. So please contact me. My number is 077 919 14997. I use only one number anyway. So 077 919 14997, or visit mygodlyspouse.com, mygodlyspouse.com. But if you want matchmaking, for those that goes to the matchmaking sites, to the dating sites, that is your cup of tea. It's just there for people to mingle. My matchmaking, I do it by myself because I take responsibility. You can't blame me if your marriage doesn't work out, because I won't blame anybody if my marriage. So mine is to do the introduction, vet about 50%. Somebody once asked me this question: how do I know that she's genuine? How do you know the one that you met at church is genuine? Because she's singing and raising hand and saying hallelujah, or the one that you met in bus stop because she's wearing top coat? You will find out. How you do matchmaking, before I round up, is when we're talking about matchmaking or dating sites, it's just an avenue for you to meet somebody. You see, even if it's not about, if it doesn't progress into marriage, if it doesn't progress, you have somebody, you feel younger. You see, the idea of you getting home and somebody calling you. A woman said to me, it brings 10 years back to me, that I'm getting home and I know by 7, I used to call all of them lovey. When she's speaking to me, I say, have you heard from your lovey? And she will laugh. She say, oh, pastor, and that's the joy of somebody calling me. And let me tell you something, dating, people said something, I find out, you see, I don't know what goes on in our mind. You're dating somebody, where is sex coming in out of this? Somebody's in America or Nigeria, you're talking, are you sexing? Or I don't understand what are your fears? What are your fears? If you don't deal with your fears in the physical, you will not deal with it anyway. So I don't know. Some people say, maybe it's when you've been walking about since single and you've not found. So what can go wrong? Then the only thing is, except you know that you are not strong enough. So don't make yourself vulnerable. What we do with all these things is we ensure that we expose you. That's just it. But I protect you, I protect your dignity, and I protect your profile, your personality. They don't know you, they don't see you. I'll read your names out. Somebody will contact me, I'll find out about that person. I come back to you, show you the picture. Mr. Shegun in UK is interested in you. Do you like him? Do you have any question? This is his profile too. You say, I don't like him. We leave it. We look for somebody else. I like him. Ask him, Pastor, what does he do? I go back like a dummy. Hey, they say, what do you do? And then I ask. And then he will say, then I go back to this one. What do you want? And he says, sometimes we can be on that a week or so. We keep going to and fro. And then once both of us and say, okay, I think I'm ready. You can share my identity with him. Before then, I tell if she's ready to compete or to meet you now, and then you pay. That's when you pay my referencing fee, because I've done referencing, I've contacted you. But there's some people that genuinely I know they don't have. But before, up to this year, like I said, I've not collected money from anybody else. I was doing it freely, but I realized there's some jobless gigolos are just out there. I just thought, oh, these women. I said, I thought you said you have all these ladies. I said, and one, I can't remember, for 50-something-year-old, 30-something-year-old said he wanted to marry 50. I said, go and marry your mother. Go and marry your mother. Get off the phone. These are charlatans. They don't have something to do. It's not about that, but they are genuine women and they are genuine men that are placed all over the world. The essence of this is a vision, is to bring you together in a platform. I will speak to you. I'll be the middle person. And then when it's time for you to talk, don't start taking, who gave you my number? What's the meaning of that? Anyway, by the time I introduce, I'll say, Dolapo meet Shegun. I'll put both of you on conference call. Last minute, I've been working. Listen, let's stop all these games. You want to marry, he wants to marry. Then start talking, start getting to know yourself. It's not a occasion to sleep together. No, control yourself, control your libido. Pray. Just say, I want to know you. Let's take time. I want to come to you. Don't come to my house now. The first time you're going to meet, for the sake of those that are listening to me, the first time for matchmaking, when you are meeting, meet in a safe place. Nobody comes to your home and you don't go to his home. Meet in a safe place. And if you're not comfortable, take a friend along. But don't be like those that they sent me a video I watched this week, and that she carried a party with her. I was like 4 friends. To me, the man, for the first date at the restaurant, the man abandoned them. I will do the same for you. He abandoned them. They are eating shawarma and everything. You're mature. We are all mature now. Be friends. When you're comfortable and you think you like what you're hearing, you've spoken within a week or two. If you're in the same place, if you're not in the same place, after like the second week, it all depends on you. I don't get involved in how you want to say. I don't do video shows, video calls with anybody. But some people don't mind it. Do video call, but don't expose yourself. Please, no man should tell you, I love what I'm saying. Let me see picture. Let me see what you are seeing. What are you seeing? What is behind is to be kept until marriage. Let anybody know, I like what I'm saying. One man said to one woman, I want to feel you. Feel you. I want to feel you. Okay. Don't let them feel you. And men, don't let them feel. Speak. Go for cinema. Now the social distance is even good. So use the time of this virus to build on your relationship. Go back to me. Once you pay, is a one-off thing. That's another thing I want to say. Your payment is one-off. Not that I will take money from you now and then, but don't, because of that, now see him and say, but the pastor will give me another one. This one is too short. Tomorrow, that one is not all. Yeah. Let's be mad about compromise. I have so that I know, and I don't really want you to talk. We don't want to, if you don't want to talk. But the most important thing is, if you know anybody around this My name and contact is flashing on the screen, and it's 077-91914-997. And on this note, I'm going to sign off tonight. Thank you so much, every one of you. Mommy Radiant B, thank you. Mommy Falashadi Ogundeji, thank you. And as many people that are silent observers that are watching me, I only talk about people that I only call the names of people that have commented, because they don't mind to be seen. They're mature women of God, and when they talk, or mature men, or some are not even men or women of God, but they just want to come. Sometimes I have people that just wants to contribute, but these are experienced men and women of God. So the Lord will bless us. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the time tonight. Please help me to share this video. And if you know any single, share it in their inbox. Some people may not. Yeah, some of us will share opening a page, but if you know you want to target anybody, just send the link to her on our WhatsApp or on our inbox so that she can listen to it. And then let's help. Immediately after now, I'm going to try and paste all the names. All the profiles of the people I've announced. I'll put it on my godly spouse, and I'll share it on my page, so that during the course of the week, people can contact me, and let's assist ourselves. Let's stop being lonely. Let's stop using libido, or I keep forgetting what they call that name. That thing they put together, Zimdo. Some forget about it. I've forgotten the name. Whatever they use, let's stop doing those things to ourselves. Let's meet real men. There are still real men out there. There are still real women out there. Once you find love again, you're going to bond again. I tell you, you won't believe it. I've seen men in their 60s that matchmake now. They look younger. I've seen women in their late 50s. One man said to me, I'm happy that I'm in love again. He said, I didn't realize I have so much love in me until I met this woman. Please let somebody take care of you, and be there for somebody. You see, this life, we don't marry when we go to heaven. We marry here. Make the best of yourself in a godly forum. Meet godly Christian, meet godly singles, and then start all over again. Build your life again. Children are grown up. Don't be those busybody father-in-law and mother-in-law. When they even say, "Mommy, come," you tell them, I'm going to Bahamas with my lovey. And both of you are getting married. You're enjoying your life, serving God, starting a ministry, doing things for the Lord. And the Lord will bless the Bible says the Lord bless the latter hand of Job. The Lord will bless your latter hand in the mighty name of Jesus. No matter what you have lost, the Lord will give you a new beginning. Have a wonderful night. The Lord bless you. I love you all, and I appreciate you. I thank you for all that you have done. I appreciate you. Bless you, woman of God. Thank you, man. Thank you, Mommy Omolara Debi. Thank you very much, man. So everyone, have a wonderful time. I will see you again next. Please tell people to join us. Now we're doing it forum together. We'll speak the first half on the marriage, and then the second half we'll talk about our singles. And maximum is, I'm checking the time, maximum are now 20 minutes, and we're out. So we give it at least 60. My mathematics is 40-40 or whatever. My mathematics is wonky. God bless you all. Have a wonderful night. Thank you. Enjoy. For those of you that are married, don't play with your marriage. Don't play with your marriage. Love your spouse. Work hard to keep your man. Work hard. I told a woman this evening, work hard on your marriage. You see, there's a lot of single women out there. They will grab the man and take care of him. The man that you think is useless, let them catch him. And the woman that you think is useless, let those men catch it. They will transform. So take the best out of her. This time that you are in lockdown, lock yourself up, do things, have sex, make love to yourself, enjoy yourself, have good romance, put movie, enjoy your life. Life is meant to be enjoyed, not only sexually, serving God and doing things, but it's the reward of it. God bless you. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.